Hey, what's happening? What's going on, music lovers? Welcome to another episode of Billboard Philippines Off the Charts, wherein we break down the Billboard Philippines Hot 100 for the month of October. What happened? What went down? Who hit number one on both the Billboard Philippines Hot 100 and Billboard Philippines Top Philippine Songs? Interesting month of October. We had a new number one for both charts, a song that made its debut at number one. Movers and debuts for this month. All this you'll hear on today's show. Anton here, podcast producer for Billboard Philippines Volumes. And later on the show, we got Jason Caballa, managing editor for Billboard Philippines. We get his thoughts on the charts for this month. But in the meantime, let's go behind the numbers. Looking back at the week of October 5, 2024, started off the month of October retaining the same number one from a week ago. Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga still on the top for 3 weeks now, and let's take a look at their numbers. This week, Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga went down though in terms of streaming with a 0.9% lower than the previous week. Right behind them, Dianella and JR with a 16% difference in terms of the streams between the two. Other notable headlines for the week of October 5, Cat's Eye climbs on the Billboard Philippines Hot 100 with Touch, and Almost with a Boyfriend breaking into the top 10 of the top Philippine songs. Movers and debuts for the week of October 5, debuting on the charts that week. We got number 86, Sanctuary from Joji, number 96, About You from the 1975, and number 99, Open Arms from SZA. Not much new music for this week, but we got big moves though. Movers for the week of October 5, Diet Pepsi from Addison Rae. Last week, 78, this week jumping all the way to number 50. HOTTOGO, Hot to Go from Chapel Roan from 65 to 55, 10 spots up. ILY Youngblood Need from 74 jumping to 57. One of the Girls, The Weeknd from 81 all the way to 69. Daniel Caesar's Get You from 96 to 73. And The Script with Break Even from 94 to 81. Moving on to the week of October 12, 2024, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars officially 1 month on the top of the Billboard Philippines Hot 100, despite a 4% decrease on the streams, while you got Dianella and JR still at the top of the Billboard Philippines Top Songs. We saw a 3.2 decrease in the numbers for Dianella and JR, which is why, they haven't reclaimed the top spot. On the Billboard Philippines Top Philippine Songs, we saw Arthur Neri enter the charts with Isa Lang. And this week, we saw new entries from old favorites. Debuts for the week of October 12. Number 81, It Will Rain from Bruno Mars with another hit on the charts. Number 98, My Boo from Usher and Alicia Keys. Number 99, Low Key from Nicki. Biggest jumpers for the week of October 12, Juno from Sabrina Carpenter, who took over the charts last month. From 51, she jumps to 26. Diet Pepsi continues to make big moves on the charts from 50 to 30, up by 20 spots. Joji jumping into number 66. Now, on to the week of October 19. 5 weeks at the top of the Billboard Philippines Hot 100. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars still at the top. And, everyone seems to be enjoying the music video for this as the streams went up by 19% this week. We saw 3 re-entries from Olivia Rodrigo, still a concert hangover for sure. Vampire Trader and Deja Vu back on the charts. Now, let's take a look at movers and debuts. Debuts for the week of October 19, number 59, Moonlit Floor from Lisa. Number 73, Driver's License from Olivia Rodrigo. Number 79, Mean It, Lauv and Lainey. Number 91, I Love You, I'm Sorry, Gracie Abrams. Number 93, Sailor Song, Gigi Perez. Number 94, Cause You Have To from Lainey. Number 97, So Sick from Neo. Number 99, Blue from Young Kai. And biggest jumpers for the week of October 19, SZA with Snooze from 46 all the way to 29. Bruno Mars It Will Rain from 81 to 37. Rodessa with Kisame from 95 to 83. Let's get into the week of October 26th. We had a bunch of new entries from Laney that week, which had them, in the country. They played shows in Manila and in Cebu. But for the week of October 26th, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars still at the top of the charts. While over at the Billboard Philippines Top Philippine Songs, we had TJ Monterde with the top spot with Palagi, which, by the way, you can check out TJ Monterde and KZ Tandingan's version up on our TikTok for Billboard Philippines Soundwave. Let's check out the numbers for TJ's Palagi. A huge 74% increase from number 4 jumping all the way to number 2 for the Billboard Philippines Hot 100 and taking the top spot on the Billboard Philippines Top Philippine Songs. Let's get to the movers and debuts for the week of October 26, debuting that week. All the way to number 5, Mantra by Jenny. Number 36, we had Laney with 13. Number 45, Malibu Nights from Laney. Number 60, I Love You So Bad from Laney. Number 63, 17 and DJ Khaled with Love, Money, Fame. Number 83, Hanggang Kailan from Orange and Lemons. Number 89, Back Burner from Nikki. Number 93, Super Far from Laney. Number 94, I Like Me Better from Lauv. Number 96, Miss Independent from Neo. And number 100, DNA, of course, from Laney. Laney still on a high from their previous show. Same with Neo debuting on the countdown. And now movers for October 26, Moonlit Floor from Lisa from 59 to 21. Big jump. Cause You Have To from Laney from 94 all the way to 22. Mean It from Lauv and Laney from 79 to 33. Blue Young Kai from 99 all the way to 38. Nobody Gets Me from SZA from 92 to 58. Night Changes from One Direction, 76 to 61. I Love You, I'm Sorry, Gracie Abrams from 91 to 67. So Sick from Neo from 97 to 74. Now let's give you a bonus for this week, the week of November 2. First time on the Billboard Philippines Hot 100, debuting at the number 1 spot. Well, Bruno Mars is staying, but this time with Rose with Apata straight to number 1. Apata with a 58% more streams than Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars's Die With a Smile, taking over the top spot. Headlines for this week, Blackpink taking over, matching Bruno Mars, who has, multiple entries on the charts. Movers and debuts now. Debuts for the week of November 2. Of course, at number 1, you had Rose and Bruno Mars with Apata. One Direction with Perfect at number 26. Number 38, Story of My Life from One Direction. Number 75, Steal My Girl from One Direction. Number 77, Bruno Mars Classic with Treasure. Number 81, What Makes You Beautiful from One Direction. Number 89, Nick Jonas with Jealous. Number 98, One Direction with You and I. And now movers for the week of November 2, Pasillo from Sun Kiss Lola from 87 to 71. Sailor Song from Gigi Perez from 80 to 66. Blue from Young Kai from 38 to 20. Night Changes from One Direction from 61 all the way to 15. Love, Money, Fame from 17 and DJ Khaled from 63 to 11, and Moonlit from Lisa from 21 to number 9. And that's it for the month of October for Off the Charts. I got Jason Caballa over here, managing editor of Billboard Philippines. Let's get to it, Jason. What's happening? What did you see on this month's charts?
It's been a really interesting month. First, of course, we have a new Philippines number 1 in the form of TJ Monterdes Palagi, which I think, it's been a long time coming for him because the song has been charting for weeks now. And,
True.
It's just a really, really nice song.
Yeah.
And, it proves that Filipinos are still fans of honest-to-goodness love songs. And, a well-made one like Palagi, deserves to be heard by many people, and obviously a lot of people are listening to it, and that's why it's
Yeah.
at number 1 right now.
And Palagi, which has been, constantly on the charts, started out number 10, then from 6 to 8. And then for the longest time, it's been stuck around the top 5. And I'm happy to see it finally hit number 1, which Casey, by the way, pointed out on an episode of Billboard Philippines Volumes that she was hesitant to do the duet at first with TJ because she pointed out on the episode now how different they both are in terms of like artists, terms of genre. But TJ assured her that Casey was the right fit
Yeah,
to do the duet with
that duet
Palagi.
version, because it was so sincere, it brought out a different magic, to that
True.
song. And speaking of love songs, it's amazing that Up Dharma Down's Tadhana is still charting even 12 years after it came out. And not only that, it's in the top 10 of the
Yeah.
Philippines songs chart. And my guess it's because it continues to be a karaoke favorite among Filipinos. And like palagi, it's like it's a good example of a classic love song. And we all know that Army left the band a few
Mhm.
years ago, and then the other three are making music as UDD, which is much different from what they used to do as a
Yeah.
quartet. And everyone has moved on from that old sound, but they've proven that they've made their mark with their previous releases. And because of songs like Tadhana still charting, and you still have songs like Oo
Mm-mm.
that are also lower on the charts. It's amazing that, once you've come up with songs that are immortal, people will keep listening to them, and, you'll continue to be successful in
Yeah.
a way. Yeah.
And it seems to be the current thread back to the classic love songs or even heartbreak songs, karaoke songs. Because on the local side, Orange and Lemons with Heaven Knows and Hanggang Kailan still on the charts and still charting to this day. On the Hot 100, we have The Script with The Man Who Can't Be Moved still there, and Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls as well. All those still constant on the charts.
Okay, so enough of these old songs. Let's talk about new ones. And it's also its chart debut. I mean, who gets to debut at number 1? It must be awesome for Bruno Mars right now,
Yeah.
as he's on the top 2 spots this week.
Yeah, only competing with himself.
Yeah.
And we just saw a bunch of his other hits come back to the charts. For the past couple of weeks, we saw Just the Way You Are. Again, another classic karaoke, another classic love song. It Will Rain has also made its way back into the charts. And hey, Bruno, maybe it's time you come back here to Manila, have a 2-day concert, bring Blackpink, even Anderson Paak, Let's make it a whole show. Though.
Yeah, Bruno Mars, I think he's a really talented guy, and he's the type of person, a type of artist who can like transcend trends also.
Yeah.
But it's also pretty cool that we have 3 members of Blackpink in the top 10 right now. We had Jennie debuting at number 5 2 weeks ago with Mantra, and then Lisa's Moonlit Floor, her third release this year, I believe, is at number 8. And to be honest, I did not expect Rosé to come out with the best song out of the 3 of them. But Apata, it's such a banger. When it came out last week, I was like listening to it maybe like 3 times that day. And yeah, and to debut from out of nowhere,
Yeah.
into to number 1, it's a really big achievement.
Right? I mean, imagine releasing your song and then first for Mantra, debuting it at 5, and then releasing a new song and then hitting all the way to number 1.
Yeah.
And you can't forget Lisa's Moonlit Floor now entering the top 10. But you have one more member, I think, for Blackpink that isn't on the charts yet.
Yeah, well, Jisoo released 2 songs last year,
Okay.
Flower and All Eyes on Me. But yeah, she hasn't really done anything musically since then. So we'll see. But I remember when I got into Blackpink during the pandemic, and people were telling me that I should also listen to BTS or Twice or whatever other K-pop acts were out there. And these diehard K-pop fanatics will probably argue that Blackpink might not be the best or whatever. I like this, I like that. But I wasn't really, I didn't treat Blackpink as like my gateway into K-pop. I just really, really liked their sound, and I really, really liked how they were packaged. And I think it transcended the Koreanness of them. They really were a global sensation.
Yeah.
And even as solo artists, they continue to be, global sensations, and that's why they're so successful.
Yeah, and they're great solo artists, but even greater as a group when you put them all together.
Yeah, well, they promised a comeback tour next year, so let's see
Ooh.
what comes out of that. So anyway, last month we've seen how concerts and concert announcements have affected, the charts.
Yeah.
Like for example, Lainey, because of their really successful show at the Philippine Arena, they have a bunch of songs charting right now.
Yep.
And they also have, on a sadder note, there are other events that can influence the charts, like when Liam Payne passed away from One Direction. Now we have a bunch of One Direction songs that are also charting. So I don't want to make any predictions for November because anything can happen.
Actually, yeah. So we've seen in the past, 4 months on the charts that it's a surprise every time we do this show. I mean, every time we check out the charts for the week, for example, Lainey taking over the upper half of the Billboard Philippines Hot 100. We saw a bunch of Olivia Rodrigo's hits come back. And now K-pop making a comeback after our first month. P-pop was dominating the charts. Very unpredictable, and you know what, I'm glad that it is. And that we're coming into the month of November not sure of what's gonna be there. For sure, maybe Christmas songs. See Jose Marichan, Mariah Carey. You never know, right? So anyways, that's it for Off the Charts for the month of October. Jason Caballa to my left, Anton Molina. Off the Charts, we're out.
Billboard Philippines.